Let's start! This is the main event of the national card. A 5-round fight for the Venator Fighting Championship lightweight title. And now, introducing the fighters. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man holding a professional record of 12 wins, 5 losses, standing 6 feet tall, weighing in at 154 pounds, fighting out of Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, Alessandro Botti! Fighting out of the red corner, this man holding a professional record of 13 wins, 8 losses and 1 draw, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 155 pounds, fighting out of Italy. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed Venator lightweight champion, Leonardo Zecchi! The referee in charge, Andrea Bruni.
All right, lightweight titles on the line, 5-minute rounds. The champion, Leonardo Zecchi, in the camo trunks. The challenger, Alessandro Botti, in the black trunks. 2 men with several knockouts to their record. Let's see if they slug it out.
And no disrespect to any of the guys on the earlier portion of this national card, but these guys definitely are the most skilled. They got the most fights. They got the most experience. And, you know, all the makings for a great title fight.
Absolutely. We saw some great prospects earlier. We had a lot of action. This is the lightweight title on the line.
And arguably the most tough division in mixed martial arts is the lightweight division. Both these guys very well built. Good technique being displayed early on in this first round.
Botti looks loose as he moves forward, throwing the low kicks. Zecchi keeping his hands low. A little bit dangerous to hold him out there like that, but sometimes he can throw punches from odd angles.
And that's the beautiful thing about mixed martial arts is there really is no wrong way.
Nice left hand there.
As the champion lands a great left hand, little slip and rip there. I can just tell by the way that the champion, Leonardo Zecchi, is holding his hands, his composure. He's definitely an unorthodox guy. Well composed, unorthodox, very comfortable in there. And you can see
Botti more of a traditional style as he moves forward there, but both men light on their feet, moving well.
Absolutely, and you can tell the champion has a good read on his distance as he's barely leaning back and making the challenger, Alessandro Botti, just barely miss with these punches.
Great point. Low kick there. He went with a left to the body. Zecchi mixing up the levels of attack right now. Said again, look at the way just the head movement.
Just staying right out of range, very comfortable. Now, while that can work against you, and you know a guy could misdirect you, hit you with some offset timing, just like we saw when Chris Weidman fought Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva is notorious for just barely slipping out of the way of punches, and the champion Chris Weidman threw a very unorthodox strike, caught him and knocked him out. Who's to say Alessandro Botti can't do the same to the champion Leo Zecchi tonight here at
You're
Venator.
right. I mean, that's a seasoned striker right there.
He really is, just barely slipping out of the way.
Fighting on the outside. Botti trying to press in. Botti presses the action to the cage.
Really unorthodox takedown defense too, is he's using that lead leg almost as like a barrier. He's pulling his left leg up and laying his shin across his thighs, almost to push him off.
Zecchi sprawls a little wider there. Botti had enough of standing in the striking range.
And the champion's doing a good job, like I said earlier in the broadcast, keeping his feet parallel with the fence so he doesn't have to work to defend takedowns. You get your feet parallel to the fence. Not only are you blocking that whole side so a guy can't double leg you, but you're resting. You are just resting and making that guy work for nothing.
Botti still working hard from the outside, switching from single to double, looking for something to get this fight to the ground. He was swinging at air when they were standing in the pocket. A little less than 2 minutes left in this opening round.
You know, that's very discouraging. You know, going back to my last fight against Beneil Dariush, he had great head movement. It was discouraging in that first round. I was trying to hit him, and he's just moving an inch here and there and making me miss by miles. Seeing the same thing here tonight as the champion. He's just moving his head just a little inch, making this guy miss by a mile. Now he's trying to switch it up, drag the champion to the floor, but to no avail. It's just not working out for him.
Zecchi briefly had a tie clinch there. He let it go because he had to defend that takedown. Botti's grinding away from the outside, but not getting a lot done. And in fact, it's Zecchi who's staying busy as he defends. You know, a couple little short knees in there, short punches.
Now, see, for that brief moment, Zecchi had his butt on the fence with his feet perpendicular to the fence. That would have been the perfect time for the challenger to drop levels on that double, just like he is right there. When he gets his feet dropped down like that and they're close, that's a perfect time to drop and get that double leg because he's not keeping his feet perpendicular and his legs spread.
Botti relentless. 45 seconds left in this opening round. Botti just will not give up on this takedown attempt.
You know, that's interesting. As a judge, how would you score this?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I got to respect Botti for grinding away, but he's not getting close to the takedown at all. He's controlling the clinch, but I think Zecchi was doing such a good job early on in the stand-up department that I got to lean towards Zecchi, even though he's essentially defending right now.
You know, times have changed. You know, about 6 years ago in the UFC, whoever initiated the takedown and put a guy against the fence would usually win a round. Whereas, you know, I disagree with that. I definitely think the champion, with just like you said, with what he imposed on the feet prior to Botti pushing him against the fence, I think he definitely won this round.
They break apart there in the final seconds. It's an interesting point. I mean, that very was, you know, a lot of that round for Botti was very much like a Randy Couture-esque, you know, slow grind against the fence, but I didn't really feel like he was getting enough offense in. And look, I mean, Zecchi just looked so relaxed as he was defending against the cage, and then you add in what he did on the feet to start with. I got to go with the champ in that first round.
Yeah, I'm going to take the champion as well. I mean, and just like you got to beat the champ. You got to beat the champ. You got to win clear-cut rounds. That's always an advantage that the champion is going to have. Is majority of the time the close rounds will go to him. And just in this case, I would say the champion definitely walked away with this round 10-9. Now, the adjustments that I think Botti should make is just like I was saying earlier, off timing, some unorthodox strikes. You got to do something to disrupt the head movement and the patterns that Zecchi's creating for himself with his head movement, just staying right out of the way. You got to throw some offset punches, some offset timing. You got to get this guy out of his rhythm.
Meanwhile, I guess if you're Zecchi, I mean, you were comfortable against the cage, but I guess you probably don't want to play that game too long, because what if a judge did say, well, you had your back against the fence the whole time? Yeah,
that's very true. Should be interesting to see how this fight unfolds, and we got four more rounds left in this Venator lightweight title fight.
All right, again, it is the champ, Zecchi in the camo, the challenger, Botti in the black.
Nice check.
Throws a jab to the body. I mean, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, one thing to take note of I didn't really notice till now is, you know, Zecchi must have taken a really good body. Oh, and he sits him down with the overhand right
hand. Botti actually shakes it off. I think Zecchi says, come back to your feet. Yeah. Wow.
Botti shakes it off. He looks okay. He's bouncing around. He's shaking the cobwebs out. He's still got his legs underneath him. But what an overhand right by the champion.
Wow. All right, Alessandro Botti shaking out the cobwebs. He's got to get in there and strike.
You know, and props to the champion for staying composed. Lands a big shot. You don't see him rushing in. He knows he's got him hurt, so now he's just going to pick away at him. He's hurt his prey. Now he's going to hunt him down and look for a finish. Let's see how he does it.
Right hand to the body, kick to the legs. Botti obviously going to be a little bit timid now to throw anything out there. He got tagged by that counter.
You know, and I can see the champion's ploy. He's using the jab to the body to get him to drop his hands. He's going to jab him to the body again, come upstairs with another overhand right. I could really see that happening, and I hope he does it so I can sound like Nostradamus here. I want to call the shots.
You can see Zecchi, his hands down. He's just saying, come on, man, come at me, engage. Slapping low kick again. Zecchi's just so relaxed.
Yeah, he's kind of giving, he just gave him a little Stockton 209 taunt right there.
Hey, dude, Botti actually worked in a stiff jab there.
Yeah, he did. Oh.
Right hand counter to the body. Botti's moving forward. Left hand, oh, just missed a big right. Botti's gaining a little confidence again. I think he was shook there for a minute, but he's gaining a little confidence, starting to engage.
Yeah, that punch really sat him down for sure. I think, I definitely think he was rocked, but not hurt. I think he just got caught on the chin, got stunned. He's getting his feet back under him. You know, it works both ways when you catch a guy with a big punch. You know, in one hand, you want to stay composed and not bum rush him and get yourself caught as well. But in the same sense, you kind of let him off the hook.
Big jab there.
Another overhand right from the champion.
What a fun counterpuncher, man. He's happy to stay on the outside, let you come to him, and just punish you when you do.
Really unorthodox, and I love the way how he sets that overhand up. Just works the body, get you to drop your hands, and then come over the top. That overhand's got a really nice angle to it.
And listen, I mean, Botti's doing a good job out there. It's not like he's overmatched. But Zecchi is just putting on a clinic.
Yeah, he really is. And it gets discouraging when a guy is just standing right in front of you, using his head movement, like he did right there. When he's in on a takedown, he's deep, he's got his arm trapped.
Does have the right arm.
He's got his arms locked, pulls his hips out, and he's got it. Right into side control.
A little more than 90 seconds left in this first round, or second round, I should say. It's been all Zecchi. He does crawl right back to his feet.
Yeah, really good job getting back to his feet. He's the first fighter I've seen on the card actually use the fence to his advantage. The first guy to slide back to the fence, scoot back to the fence, stand up. Look how he's leaning, keeping his left hip against the fence, using his shin to push him off with his right shin. Just a crafty fighter.
Gets away, we reset. 1 minute left in the second round. Digging to the body again. Walking forward to Zecchi.
Oh.
Stiff jab. Little kick there from Alessandro Botti.
I'm telling you, Botti has got to get this guy's rhythm disrupted. You can't keep throwing these textbook combinations. You've got to get some off timing. You've got to break this guy's rhythm.
A stiff left to the body there. Kicking well there from the champ. Oh,
there's that. It's almost like a 12. It's not really a 1-2. It's a 12 because that overhand is coming right behind the jab. It's a 12. Ba-ba. You know, it's not 1-2. It's definitely a 12.
Final 10 seconds of this second round. A round that has been all Leonardo Zecchi. Alessandro Botti was able to get one takedown. Zecchi got right back to his feet. Clearly another one in the books for the champ. Zecchi, hey, if I'm in this corner, keep doing what you're doing. Botti, you've been saying it as we watch the replay of the action here was that right hand counter just flushed. Gorgeous action.
Just came right behind that one. There was really no pause in between punches. Perfectly placed as well.
You said it. Just excellent work. But you've been saying all along, Botti needs to just get unorthodox, not kind of get in this game of trading punches, because when he does trade, he's losing those exchanges.
Yes, exactly. And that's because of the confidence and the craftiness of the champion. He's so comfortable in the pocket, evading, moving his head. I'm telling you, Botti has got to throw off timing. Throw a double hook. Maybe rush him against the fence to where he has no room to back up and use his head movement. Back him up, start flurrying, clamp his head, dirty box him. You got to do something to disrupt this guy's rhythm and break his confidence.
Alessandro Botti does not sit down in between rounds. This is the third of 5 scheduled rounds. The Venator FC lightweight title is on the line. The challenger, Alessandro Botti, down 2 rounds to none, more than likely, in the black trunks. The champ, Leonardo Zecchi, striking specialist in the camo. Botti needs to make something happen. He's got the fight to the floor, couldn't keep it there. Does not want to stay here. This kickboxing range has not been good for him.
No, it really hasn't. He's got to be either all the way in or all the way out. And if it was my choice, I would say you got to be all the way in, buddy. You got to close the distance. You got to make it dirty. You You got to throw technique out the window and make it ugly.
Zecchi continues to keep his hands low, inviting the offense to come in so he can sit back and counter on it. His leg kicks are working for Botti. That might be something he can stay with.
Yeah, absolutely, especially as it's getting the champion to drop his hands even lower. Every time he's getting kicked, he's dropping his hands to the ground. So this would be a good time. Hit him low, and hit that Luke Rockhold lead leg, sweep it up over the top, catch him on the side of the head. We like to call that a flipper kick.
I like it. Zecchi working the body there.
Oh, the champion tells his corner.
Waved off somebody over there. Like, I got this.
Ooh, and the challenger did exactly what I was calling for. Throw low, throw the kick high.
Alessandro Botti having some real success with the low kicks right now.
And he's got to get something to get the champion thinking. Because up until those leg kicks, it has just been all Zecchi. He's just been having his way.
Off balance push there. Zecchi might kick the legs a little bit. Probably going to end up backing away, I'd imagine. Just punch the legs a little bit while you have a chance. With a couple of kicks there from his back as well, trying to attack the knee.
You know, and I really don't think this should be a position sustained in MMA. I mean, there's really no damage being done. Neither guy's engaging each other, you know.
Yeah, I'd be just fine with stand-up right now.
Yeah, I would be too.
Referee watching closely. I think he's thinking about it as well. Crowd, I think, wants one as well. I mean, I guess if you're Zecchi, you just stand there as long as they'll let you stand there. You're in no danger.
Yeah, this is true. And he's scoring points.
Yeah.
Not the best points, but points are points, especially in a 5-round title fight.
Crowd wants the action back up on the feet. Can't blame him there. I'll actually stand in support of that. Referee again taking a look.
Yeah, you can't just sit here and kick the legs like that. It's, you know, there you go. Good job by Botti, jumping to his feet.
Kind of a sheepish grin there from Zecchi. I guess he said, hey, I'm just going to do it as long as they let me. Guy's just out there having fun.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're winning.
There's that right hand again.
You know, one mistake the champion made there is he landed, he stopped and watched his punch. No follow-up. As this fight goes on, and the more he wears down, his style could start to play against him. You know, you start to get fatigued, you're going to fall a half step behind. And, you know, timing is everything for his style. He's got to keep his rhythm going, and fatigue can definitely slow that down, and he could get caught.
Alessandro Botti starting to get a little busted up over that left eye. Those right hands are really adding up, that's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't those leg kicks that did it when he was laying on his back.
You know, Botti, to his credit, has been landing his share of leg kicks on the feet.
Oh, yeah, he definitely has.
You're so right, Mike. You said it from the very first round that Zecchi just leans just back just a little bit, just stays just out of range, doesn't flinch, doesn't turn. He knows exactly what the distance is.
And that's good for it. They're in a big cage. This is not a small cage by any means. Usually on these, on smaller promotions, you know, in Venator is definitely elite world class, but a lot of times you see guys use a smaller cage. This is a big cage.
Yep. He was able to use that distance, use that range, enjoy the space. Nice elbow inside there from Botti.
And that's what he needs to keep doing. He's got to close the distance. You've got to pressure him against the fence. Fight him short.
Ready, go.
Timeout here. I guess maybe to take a look at the eye. Yeah, I mean, just a few seconds left in the third round here. I think probably could have let that go, but the eye really is starting to sustain.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Athletic commissions might make candid decisions.
What are you suggesting there, Mike Chiesa?
I suggest you let the man fight. He knew the job was dirty when he signed up for it. Let him fight.
Joe Lozano, are you listening?
Probably not. But if you are, I'm over it.
Too funny. They are taking a look. Again, we saw it early. I mean, the damage is really starting to add up. But it didn't seem to be bothering too much. I mean, it was kind of a spattering of blood. It really wasn't like streaming down into his eye by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and not to mention, from our vantage point, it really doesn't look to be that big of a cut. But, you know, safety first, I guess. I guess it's better to have guys that care about the well-being of the fighters instead of guys that are just, you know, a little bit.
That's true. That is true. We'd rather be safe, that's for sure.
Yeah, just rub some dirt in it.
We will carry on. Again, it did seem like there was about 15 seconds left in the third round when we stopped that fight. So we'll have just a few seconds left here of action as we get back to it. There is the 10-second warning.
And no doubt I have this fight 3-love for the champion. He's definitely imposed his will these 3 rounds. And he's definitely in the lead.
Impressive stuff so far.
We're into the championship rounds. This is where champions are made. So we will find out what moves and what adjustments will Alessandro Botti make in order to, you know, at this point, he's got to get a finish.
Yeah, here you watch the replays. You know, the success here that Botti had with those low kicks, of course, it did allow Zecchi to trip him up. And there was that overhead, that counter overhand right. It's just money all night for him.
Yeah, that's really nice. The one thing that scares him about the champion is how every time he lands that right, if he doesn't throw that hook, he just stops, hands down, and just stares to see what happens. And, you know,
he's looking for that walk-off.
He really is looking for that walk-off. And there's only one man in the business that can hit the walk-off homer, and that's my man, Mark Hunt.
There's the Venator lightweight title. Right now, looks like Zecchi is doing everything he can to hang on to that.
Yeah, it's very impressive. I mean, just fighting like a veteran. Fighting like a veteran, just really confident. And I don't say very confident as in he's talking crap and taunting his guy. It's just the way he moves his head and the way he trusts his range and his distance. He's just very confident.
All right, 4th round here. As Mike Chiesa said, it is the championship rounds. The champ, Leonardo Zecchi, in the camo. The challenger, Alessandro Botti, in the black. It's been a fun fight so far. It's been contested almost exclusively on the feet. And it has been Leonardo Zecchi who's been putting on a striking clinic.
Yeah, he really has. It's impressive. Very fluid, very loose. You know, doesn't really expend a lot of energy when he throws his strikes. Very efficient.
Again, all credit to Alessandro Botti. He's constantly moving forward, constantly looking to engage. The leg kicks have been very effective for him, but he's having trouble landing with his hands, and when he does, he ends up getting countered.
Oh, there, see, that's a little bit more of that would be nice. Right when he threw that kick, planted his foot on the ground, fired an overhand right.
As you said, mix things up, odd timing, just make sure continued attacks. Continued leg kicks there for sure. Botti does score with a nice jab there.
Yeah, that was a pretty stiff jab. Champion answers with a leg kick of his own. Finally figured out who the champion as a fighter is reminiscent of. He kind of reminds me of the last emperor, Fedor Emelianenko, with his looseness, the way he kind of bounces with his hands down, all of a sudden leap in on an attack.
He does have a little bit of that there. Now, Alessandro Botti does get the fight to the ground. Can he make a difference here? Can he turn the momentum? Last time we were in this position, Zecchi paid little attention to it and simply just wall walked up like that.
Now he's got the back.
Oh. Job of turning in. Botti had stepped over with one leg there. Was threatening to slip around to the back.
I mean, this is where he wants to be. If I was in Botti's corner, I would tell him, you keep him here. You fight short, you fight close, fight him in the phone booth.
Trying to drop down there, change levels for a takedown. Grinding away from the outside, Alessandro Botti. Underhooks.
And a takedown.
Another takedown. Zecchi gets up, exposes his back briefly. Uses a good job of turning back to the fence, though, to prevent Botti from getting all the way around to the back.
Just great utilization of the fence. I mean, every time Botti gets that angle to take the fence, he's doing a good job of using the fence to scrape him off and pull him back out front.
Zecchi continues to defend against the cage, but I'll tell you what, under 2 minutes now, I mean, this is much better work from Alessandro Botti. He was here in the first round as well, but I didn't think that he was getting much offense done, and it seemed like Zecchi was able to kind of stay busier against the cage. Now, Botti is kind of changing levels, moving positions, not allowing Zecchi to get set, and Zecchi's not really able to work in those knees and those elbows and those punches.
Well, not to mention, even though they were brief, he has scored 2 takedowns, being very stubborn, being very persistent. And I mean, that's what he's got to do in the closing part of this 4th round and headed into the 5th. He's got to be stubborn.
1 minute, 10 seconds left in this 4th round, the championship rounds. The best round so far for Alessandro Botti. Was able to get out of that kickboxing range, move into the clinch position, earn a couple of takedowns, make it a dirty fight, change things up a little bit because they were not going his way for the opening 3. Zecchi creates some space, gets off the cage, and we reset. 45 seconds left.
Well, he may be down 4 rounds to love, possibly maybe won this 4th round. I mean, he's got to go for it.
I agree. I'm kind of surprised. It seemed like Zecchi was, created some space, but Botti was kind of willing to walk away at that point. Stiff shot. Botti continues to walk forward. Zecchi happy moving backwards, looking to counter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's playing right into his style.
So accurate and powerful with those counter shots.
Oh, good jump knee to the body.
All right, round ends in the clinch. Mike, challenger do enough to finally get one on your scorecard?
I mean, it's just tough because, like I said, Zecchi's the champion. You got to beat the champion. You got to make it clear cut. I mean, Zecchi's still doing a little bit of damage where he can against the fence, but I got to give it to the champ. I honestly think that Botti's down for love.
We watched some of the replays here. You're right. Botti was able to get the fight to the ground. Didn't do a lot with the positions, but at least he wasn't standing in kickboxing range and taking damage from the outside, so that would at least be a positive for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say I'll go ahead and give it to the challenger, but I see exactly what you're saying. I mean, it's just been tough going for him. Looks like Zecchi may finally be tiring just a little bit as we go to this 5th round, but it doesn't seem to get exhausted. He's so conservative with his movement and his energy.
Here's one thing to think about, too. Now that you say you scored this round for the challenger, who's to say that the judges didn't score the 1st round for the challenger either?
I know, I thought about the same thing.
It could be 2-2.
It seems bizarre to say it, because you could easily have this 4-0, but you could potentially have it 2-2. Now, to me, Zecchi is clearly winning the fight, but that's how these fights are scored, round by round.
Exactly.
All right.
And a hug.
A little hug, show of sportsmanship to start the 5th round, rightfully so.
And you guys are wasting precious time. You got a fight to win.
I was going to say, I mean, you can only do so much of that. All right.
Botti, he probably wants to hug you again to kill another 15 seconds.
15 seconds of the round killed off there successfully by champion Leonardo Zecchi.
And I've seen many fights won within 15 seconds, so you could have just cost yourself a finish there, buddy.
All right, Alessandro Botti needs to make something happen. Could be down as much as 4-0. I've got him down 3-1. An outside chance that it's 2-2, but it'd be an outside chance. All right, Botti with the leg kick there. That has been his best weapon.
And I think it's starting to take its toll.
It's got the long trunks on, but when it breaks open a little bit, you can see the reddening on that left leg. It's definitely there for Zecchi.
Yeah, it is.
Botti's hurting.
Hey, you got to throw uppercuts now. You got to follow those kicks up with uppercuts. You're throwing that kick, and he's jumping his legs back and leaning his head forward. Got to throw uppercuts. Uppercuts and up kicks.
Amazing that Zecchi will retreat like that with his hands down. Just has so much faith in his judgment of distance that he'll just retreat with his hands down. Leaping knee inside. There you go. That's that kind of off-timing stuff.
It really is.
Give me that wild Carlos Condit, just
just go
don't
for
know
it.
when it's coming.
You just got to go for it. Now, if I was in his corner, I would be screaming, change game plans, get away from the fence. You're finding success with your kicks. You're finding openings to land your hands. You're giving him a chance to rest and recover.
I would agree. I think those chopping leg kicks really, it looked like he started to limp over there on the far side of the cage, kind of hop step a little bit.
If you look at this angle, look at the champion's left shin. He's got a very large hematoma on the front of his shin. Definitely a product of checking the leg kicks from the challenger, Alessandro Botti. See it?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's got to push away. Push away.
Yeah, I'd absolutely go back to those leg kicks.
Screw it, punch his shin while you're there. You're going to change level, wrap up that left leg and punch that head that's poking out of his shin.
Dirty fighter, man.
Hey, it ain't illegal.
All right, they get the break. Maybe the referee going to help Botti out here. You may not even realize this is the best strategy right now, but I agree. Oh, yeah, that left shin is getting bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's got a slight split on it. It's got to throw more. It's taking away his mobility, too. He's having a tough time.
Hey, throw it out there, but just go back to the basics. Chop that leg, chop that leg. Halfway through this 5th and final round. There's that nasty counter right that Zecchi's been throwing out.
Ooh, lands a really stiff jab. Another leg kick.
Those are hurting. You can see the way he's pulling back.
Oh yeah, Botti's corner is screaming for him to go forward. There's, I can't speak Italian, but
I can tell you that means go for it.
I can tell you they're saying go for it.
2 minutes left. Botti continuing to charge forward.
Oh,
big
and he
right
rocks him.
hand,
He rocks him.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. And they're slinging leather. What a fight. 5th round, and he rocks him again. Alessandro Botti has officially turned into Hookzilla, got him pinned against the fence, twisting hooks. He's got the champion rock, shin busted up. This is his best opportunity to win is right now, and he's got 90 seconds to finish the job.
Zecchi retreating against the cage. A little bit of zip is off those punches. Botti takes a deep breath, blood gushing over his left eye. That cut is wide open now.
He's got to storm him. Storm the castle, man. He's retreating. He doesn't want to exchange. Get in there, make it dirty, beat him up.
Another big right hand.
Minute 10. I would be going, I'm going nuts right now, and I'm not even his corner man.
Time winding down. Botti so close to doing something special here. Zecchi has lost all the zip in his punches.
He's just got to close the distance. He's got to go for it.
50 seconds left.
Can he do it?
Oh, there's a nice combination.
And the champion shows why he's a champion by sucking it up and starting to put together some combinations, fighting fatigue, which can be every fighter's worst enemy.
The crowd shouting for Botti's name. 30 seconds left in this 5th round. It's been a hell of a 5th round.
Got to follow up.
Just misses that big
catches him behind the ear. He's walking him down now. Let's see what he's got.
15 seconds left. The mouthpiece goes flying. Well, he didn't call time, so the clock's
no.
and now he calls time. He lost quite a few seconds off that.
He just lost himself the fight.
And we get a timeout to check the eye as well.
No.
The mouthpiece came out, but the fight had not been stopped. You can keep going. It's the referee's job, not your job.
Yes, you always have to listen. It's just like the same thing if you got a submission, guy taps and you let go. If the ref doesn't stop it, that is not a finish.
Man, he's going to look back and regret that. Final seconds of this 5th round. What a great 5th round it's been. Botti going to press forward to the very end. Zecchi throwing a few bombs at the end as well, and that was a lot of fun. Lived up to the hype.
What a fight. That was so exciting. What a great 5th round. I mean, Zecchi proved why he is a champion, fought with the heart of a champion. I mean, you can see he's busted up, and Botti went for it. I mean, he laid it all out on the line. What a title fight.
I love it. Crowd is on their feet, rightfully so. Standing ovation all the way around. Deservedly so. Now, okay, I've got that 5th round going to the challenger.
Absolutely.
I've got the 4th round going to the challenger. To me, it's still 3-2 the champ. There's a...
Sesto round.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecard for the decision. Judges scored the contest 48-47, 48-49, 48-47. For the winner by split decision, still undisputed lightweight Venator champion, Leonardo Zecchi!
Great fight. Great fight. Wasn't the way we thought it was. Closely scored, though, as it should have been. Fantastic matchup, and again, maybe they'll do it again down the line.
Absolutely. No, it was the right call. I can see it being a split decision. I think that once Alessandro Botti goes back and watches the film, he'll see what errors he needs to fix, and he'll come back a better fighter. I mean, fights like this, especially for the guy that came up short, you're only going to get so much better. He's going to come back hungry. He's gonna